Hey gang, today I get to share with you the Fryette Powerload IR. If you want to record electric guitar traditionally, you'll need to take a guitar amp, plug it into a speaker, take a microphone, put it in front of that speaker, then that goes into a mic amp, and then into your console or interface. It can be an expensive process, it can be a loud process, it can be frustrating. You know, that's where Loadbox comes in. It sort of takes a lot of that out of the equation. I've been using the Fryette Powerload for many years, actually, and it's absolutely fantastic. There are lots of load boxes out there that I'm sure you guys are aware of. What that does is replace a lot of that speaker portion of the show. So you can take your head and safely plug it in to a load box. Now you have a line level. You don't need to mess with the microphone. It goes straight into the computer. Now, it doesn't sound like a cabinet mic'd up yet. That inside the computer, you'll need to put an IR or you'll need some sort of way to simulate the cab. So that's what we're talking about here. This gives you all the ways to simulate your cab. It's really like the heart of your guitar recording world. The Powerload IR essentially has the same load box as the Powerload and the Power Station. There is an analog cab simulator here, this bottom row of loveliness right here, that is the same as the original Powerload. I did a video on the original Powerload a little ways back. I'll put a link below so you could check that out. The analog cab sim is one of the best I've heard. Analog cab sim is not for everybody, but it does have some incredible benefits. Now, the other thing that separates this box from the original Powerload and the Power Station is that it has a built-in IR loader. So I was talking about all of the ways that you can record your guitar. Well, you could plug your amp in here into the load section, then you can go through an analog cab sim out, or you could use one of the built-in IRs, or load in one of your own IRs, or just go the load out and put your own IRs through your own favorite cab emulation software or IR loader or whatever. And you could have them all going at the same time. You could have 3 channels, you could record them, or you could just listen through and go like, you know what, this sounds best with the analog cab sim out. Or with, preset 2 of the built-in IRs, or, my favorite cab sim I've been using for the past several years. However you want to roll, it's good to go, it's ready. I'm going to plug in and show you some examples for each of these. For my mileage, the analog cab sim out almost can't be beaten for clean and low gain sounds. It's immediate. It's right there. You know, when you think about some of those like the Dumble style amps, a lot of their speakers were very sort of full range, like the EV kind of, where, you know, if you plugged a Marshall into that cab, it would sound not good. It'd be really brash and too much up there and too much down there. Well, that's because it's giving you all of these frequencies, and it needs to just come out nice and big and flat. That's what's happening with the analog cab sim out. It gives you all of that immediately. There's crazy punch. It's just big and open. Which brings us to the built-in IR loader. The PLIR, Power Load IR, comes preloaded with a bevy of Fryette IRs. Stephen Fryette brought over his personal collection of Fryette cabinets. It is drool-worthy. Stephen has put a lot of care and effort and design into his cabs. They don't really sound like a traditional Marshall 412 or Mesa 412. They sound like Fryette cabs, and they're fantastic. And he's put the same amount of care into his speaker design. The Eminence and Fane speakers that he's worked so hard with them to develop are really part of the Fryette sound. And lastly, that brings us to your own IRs. I mean, look at all the output selections. You're still able to go out to your own amp and record that while you're capturing all of this stuff as well. You know, 4 different choices. Analog output 1 will always give you that full frequency loaded sound. So then you could go to whatever IR loader you like, pull up that. So if you're partial to a particular IR, no problem, because you could use that with this as well. So there you have it, the Fryette PowerLoad IR. It's a fantastic box. I'll be using it a ton. You know where to check it out. You could go to their website, or I'm sure it's going to be all over the stores. Thanks for watching. We'll catch you later.